want to make some remarks today about the announcement from the Deputy Premier that all the delivery of the Olympic infrastructure will be taken in-house without any oversight, without any independence, without any openness or transparency. Anastasia Palaszczuk would win gold medal for arrogance. What is she trying to hide? What is the government trying to hide? Why does the Premier think that she no longer needs experts, independent experts advising her about the Olympic infrastructure delivery? Queenslanders want openness and transparency about the Olympics, and they're not going to get it if this government do what they have announced today. Whereas we had an open commitment that there would be an independent delivery authority. In fact, it was spruiked on the world stage, and now the government have announced today they're taking it all in-house. This is all about Anastasia Palaszczuk not being able to let go of the limelight. She loves being in the limelight, and this Olympics is so personal for her. Why can't she let go of the limelight? Why can't the Premier let go control of the infrastructure? At the end of the day, the infrastructure being delivered in the Olympics 2032 is being paid for by the Queensland taxpayer and the Australian taxpayer. There must be independent oversight of the expenditure. This is a clear broken promise from Anastasia and her government. In fact, when the Premier stood on the world stage and announced the Olympics, this was her commitment to not only the International Olympic Committee, but also to the world at large. This was the bid. This was the Queensland government saying, this is what we will do to deliver the 2032 Olympic Games. And if you open the bid document, it clearly says in terms of legacy delivery, to assure the effective delivery of legacy over 10 plus 10 year program, the agency to be created to coordinate all government services and games-related infrastructure, the Olympic Coordination Authority will be responsible for legacy oversight and, where required, delivery. The Premier stood on the world stage and guaranteed that there would be this delivery authority. Queenslanders expect this delivery authority to be independent, and it is clearly now a broken promise because the government have announced today through the Deputy Premier that this committee, this body, will be in-house of the government. And why does it matter? Why does it matter to Queenslanders whether it's the government delivering this or there's independent oversight? Because Queenslanders know they cannot trust the government to deliver. They have had a history of broken promises under the last 8 years under Anastasia Palaszczuk. They have seen cost blowouts. We've seen the Cross River Rail blowout from $5.4 billion to $8 billion. The Coomera Connector blowout $600 million. Light rail on the Gold Coast blowout $500 million. And more recently, and specifically related to the 2032 Olympics, is the Gabba redevelopment. The Premier announced the Gabba redevelopment at $1 billion. It is now blown out to $2.7 billion, 170% increase, 170% blowout. $1 billion to $2.7 billion. Queenslanders cannot trust this government. And worse still now, you've got the government announcing today they're taking all this in-house. So there's no transparency, there's no openness or accountability about where the money is spent, how it's spent, and the projects that will be delivered under this money. They've taken it in-house because they want to keep it secret. And they have also appointed Labor mate, the Director General of the Department of State Development, Mike Kaiser, as the Coordinator General. For goodness sake, there is no independence in this process. It should send shivers down the spine of every Queenslander now that billions of dollars of expenditure by the Palaszczuk government will go unchecked. It'll be in-house, no oversight, no transparency, no public disclosure. It is a personal vanity exercise for the Premier because she wants to control everything. She wants to control the narrative of the Olympics. Well, I'd simply say to Queenslanders that Queenslanders now need not refer to the 2032 Olympic Games. They should be referring it to as the AAA Games, all about Anna. That's what this has come to. The 2032 Olympics was about Queenslanders. The Paralympics was about Queenslanders. It was about all of Queensland. But Anastasia Palaszczuk has done everything she can. And now this breach of trust and confidence in the people today by this broken promise shows that they are more interested in the legacy of the Premier and how it looks, not the reality. We are talking of billions of dollars expenditure here. So I'd finally say this. Queenslanders will now not say the 2032 Olympics. They'll say the AAA Games, all about Anna. It's disgraceful, and the Premier should reverse this decision and have an independent delivery authority assessing, evaluating and delivering all the Olympic infrastructure. Thank you. All good. Thank you.